recovered, but he did just take a set with Ryu in the LCQ previously, and so I'm...
Oh, how was him versus Endelth? And I still don't know how to pronounce it.
Endothea.
Endothea. How was that set?
He got,
Endothea
he got reverse 3-0'd.
In losers?
No, that was winners.
Yeah, but I'm saying Jahzz0 had to beat Endothea
right, so
in losers finals.
in the loser set, Jahzz0 went Ryu and won.
Okay.
And that's what I'm talking about.
That makes sense.
So I'm curious to if this first game doesn't go well, the Ryu might just be an immediate lock-on.
Yeah, I mean, you want the speed sometimes to catch up to the blindingly fast blue ball that is Sonic, but at the same time, better fireball game maybe, can condition Sonic a little bit, and at the same time, you have more consistent killing, because we saw, at least I saw when I was commentating Jahzz0, people fell out of Shoryu a lot. I think it was Oolong versus Jahzz0. He fell out of Shoryu a lot.
It's like a law of large numbers thing. The more Shoryus you hit, the more people are going to fall out of them.
Yeah, but if that's going to be your kill against a Sonic and then you don't get the kill against the Sonic and then you get edge guarded at 35 when your Sonic is at 120, you're going to feel a little different.
I'm kind of just desensitized to it, I think, because I've seen Jahzz0 lose many games, many sets from missing like Shoryu fallouts.
A lot of damage there, but still, Wrath started off basically 0 to 100 real quick, and now, of course, comes the very difficult part of having to approach, and that spring call out. There's no double jump.
Yeah, you still can't make it back.
Yeah.
Even though the first fair didn't hit, he didn't have a double jump. If he Tatsu's there, he still loses to fair. If he focuses there, he still loses to fair.
I think Sonic has the best edge guarding in the game.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
The Sonic players are like, no, actually, it's Pikachu. And I'm like, you can spin shot off the stage and get to the blast zone in 0.2 seconds. That's different.
Yeah, but then they KO themselves with homing attack.
That's their fault.
Wait, I'm not disagreeing with you there. But then they do it, and then they go, see? My edge guarding's not that good.
As if they don't like edge guard half the characters in the game for free with that move anyway, if they just do it right.
Yep.
Anyway, 69% on Wrath, and this is starting to look like the way the set count is.
Yeah, getting top players on the mic and just letting them complain about their least favorite characters.
My least favorite character is Pac-Man, and thankfully there's none of them in this bracket. So
I should have invited T, man.
Instead of Shootone and maybe play him instead?
I thought about it.
I was been pissed.
I presented the ultimatum. Esam, you must choose one.
I've lost to like 5 people in offline sets this year, and one of them was Shootone, and now it is still Shootone since I lost to him in pools. Oh. Okay, has him off stage, but again, this ledge trapping is so scary. Sonic has such good options of like, oh, nice.
Okay. By the way, Sonic's ledge hang is too low to get D-tilted.
Yeah.
Sonic's ledge hang is really good.
I think that's like, there's so many like little things that just put Sonic over the edge. It's like hard to two-frame him. It's hard to hit him when he's grabbing ledge, and it's just so difficult to catch him, of course. That's the obvious one.
Yeah, because like all the other characters with the insane ledge hangs are bad everywhere. Like Ganon. Ganon has the best ledge hang in the game, but Ganon has the worst everything else in the game, so it doesn't matter. Whereas, like, Sonic is Sonic.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I don't mean to be, like, a negative person, but, like, man, this matchup looks impossible for Jahzz0.
Really bad.
Yeah, like, I'm not too sure what you'd really do at some spots.
And what we're trying to illustrate is that it's not just Ken Sonic sucking, it's Jahzz0 really struggling with Wrath.
Yeah.
Wrath has his number. Wrath has beat him so many times.
He coached him through the LCQ.
He coached him through like, Wrath is literally like sitting Jahzz0 down in that chair and going, all right, I got you here. Here's my free tick in the pool column.
Yeah, this is quite ridiculous. But Jahzz0 getting a nice little open up there, tries to run off with an air.
And he trades there.
Yeah, that's a big damage swing, and it continues to be just more and more damage. And eventually, no matter what you think about Sonic's stray hit potential, at some point things will just start killing, and it's about to hit that threshold.
We did see Zap versus Sonic's earlier.
We lived till 260 or
like
something.
260,
and he won that game, by the way. He won that.
I was sitting backstage, like in our little lounge area, next to Wrath. And Wrath was screaming, see, Sonic can't kill, Sonic can't kill. And then Sonic's won that game anyway. Yeah. And I was like, well.
I mean, when you have your side special kills and a bunch of your aerials and your tilts and, of course, your smash attacks, the character doesn't struggle to kill
and
at
you have
all.
combos at 160% that lead into aerials that kill. You know, what more could you need as you are Wrath here taking game number 1 over Jahzz0. We could see a swap from Jahzz0 off into the Ryu. He also has a couple other characters, I think, but I expect to see the Shotos for sure here, and maybe some Ryu. I've seen
maybe
Jahzz0.
Terry could be like a Hail Mary pick.
him play a lot. Like, I've seen him play Ryu. I think I might have seen him play Terry as well. But for sure, Ryu. I'm not sure how much more the Fireball game will help. Having a very slow-moving, active, multi-hitting red Fireball is very helpful. But versus the way Wrath is playing, like, Wrath is using his movement to jump over Fireballs.
Yeah.
And then hit Jahzzo for it and then kill him for it. So it's tough. I mean, Wrath is very good.
The one kill that Jahzzo got in that game was Wrath overextending an advantage state and then getting reversaled for it.
Yeah, after he was already 3 stocks to 1. It's ridiculous.
He is going to swap
there's
into the Ryu for this. So.
And we do see, like, it's just difficult in general. And of course you think Jahzzo, oh, he's getting better, and he's had some pretty good results recently at, like, the various British Columbia events he's been to, or, like, Pacific Northwest, various majors here and there. But also Wrath has just as well been doing better.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he got
Wrath's
top
Miami
8
performance.
including a victory over Mia, who is surely going to be number 2 in the world ranked this season. So Wrath is no slouch to beating these top players. Again, I thought even before, like, one of the most underrated players in the world. I think he has the potential to usurp Sonics as number 1 just because of, like, his shamelessness. He's more shameless than Sonics will ever be, which is crazy to say if you're a spectator and you watch Sonics all the time in these top 8s.
Sonics is really aggressive in terms of the
wants
Sonic
to
players.
be cool, which is, I like that. I like watching Sonics when he's trying to be cool, because he is cool very often.
Wrath just wants to win.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
And that Mia set that you're talking about is so illustrative, because Wrath made a massive comeback by, in that game, going, all right, I don't really care. I have a game plan, I'm sticking to it, and eventually it'll work.
We've seen the Ryu already pay, some slight returns in terms of the red Fireball game to rack on more damage off of the down tilt. Just do some things, and having a hitbox out is kind of making it a lot harder for Wrath to really get that movement going on the ground. It's similar to what we saw in Zap versus Sonics, where you use the Koopa to control the grounded state. You kind of want to trap Sonic. You want to let them move, but in a more confined space than the entire stage. And it, is slightly working better off, but you're at 130% right now on Ryu. But the kill potential on Ryu is quite good and quite consistent as well.
Oh, it doesn't drop through before that red Fireball, so that run-up fair is going to be a hit. And Jahzzo just trying to do everything to recover, but then this ledge trap is just ruthless.
Well, actually, Wrath opts to reposition instead of continuing the ledge trap, which it could also work out here if he gets the spin charge in, but spin charge loses out to red Fireball. The Shakunetsu wins out in that situation, and so Wrath just disengages once again. But look how Jahzzo is positioning himself, using this platform as an umbrella, because he wants to limit the angles of approaches that Wrath has. He's like, all right, you're going to spin dash and or charge at me, but I'm going to make sure that you at least maybe can't do it from above.
Oh, tried to forward smash that side B, but barely off the mark there. Wave dashing back just to make this a little bit more difficult. And upper Shoryu takes the lead, which we saw a 3-stock to 1-stock lead for Wrath that game 1, so this is infinitely better.
I'm going to point something out. Oh my god. You know what I was about to say? I was about to say that he hasn't homing attacked this set, and then he did it immediately. That was the first homing attack so far.
You're really smart and good at this game. What can I say? You know when things are going to happen. That's why you were the best coach.
I was actually just going to be really excited of being like, yeah, Wrath has an option he's keeping in his pocket, and he's going to be able to show it out, and I just didn't get to say any of it.
Yeah, he hit it, and it did like 10 damage, and nothing happened.
Yeah,
nothing came up.
It was just a normal hit.
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic. I'm like, damn.
I'm so sad.
Wow, down tilt pink with that spin. That was honestly crazy.
And dash attack does the same, too.
And Hadoken, apparently.
Slow fireball there.
No, he could have approached that one because it was going to be, once you're in that end lag, that's literally something I do all the time with Pikachu in this matchup is, once they ping with that projectile, they are in lag and you are not.
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, no up air dare, goes for up air, instead wants the juggle state, but not going to be able to get anything on that landing immediately. The parry, the multi hit too fast on that Sonic down B, so not going to be more, but 73% still on this first stock is Jahzzo, so clearly the Ryu, that fireball game is just so important. That's like the main reason why Ryu is better than Ken, is because these fireballs are significantly better.
You know something else we haven't seen this set? We get a down tilt Tatsu there, pops up, not quite enough to kill. We haven't seen Jahzzo parrying, and that means Wrath has a solid timing mix-up on Jahzzo every time that he's shielding, because we all know that Jahzzo wants to parry you.
I know that for sure. I was the one that got clipped. I mean, he tried it on the down B like maybe a minute ago, and then just the Sonic multi-hits are too fast. Like, if you can't fit in parry Ryu down tilt, which is frame 2, it's a good move against parry.
But earlier I watched Jahzzo triple parry Byleth landing Nair, and so I believe that he can do anything.
Oh, was that when the crowd said, "Here, like, let's go, Justin," and then he got parried, which is honestly insane.
He did it like 6 times too. He just like consistently parried landing Byleth Nair.
Here we go, Justin!
And then parries.
So perfect.
Justin came over. Justin came over to me after the set. And he goes, "What am I supposed to do when he does that to me?"
Empty jump is the answer. That's the only answer.
Correct.
And right now, it looks like Jahzz0 has the answer. Wrath needed to find one, actually, because he is down an entire stock, basically, and it does not look like Jahzz0 slowing down, but that up air, back air, this edge guarding, this is still why Sonic wins even the Ryu matchup, right? These just...
Well, we keep saying that, but he's really not edge guarding. More often than not, Wrath keeps resetting and opting for stage positioning instead. Oh, he gets a spin charge over the top. You're in a really bad spot now.
We'll get up, no punish, goes for the focus attack to get through it. FADC backwards, gets the red fireball out as well. So overall, I mean, you just really got to hold on, because I feel like if this goes to last stock, this is definitely not over. Wrath can easily steal a game away from a character like Ryu. And as I'm saying that, we are down to a last stock situation. Do I still got a curse left in me? It's late in the year, but we'll see.
The Tatsu just beat that. That was crazy. I mean, I know it is a little invincible on the leg, 89%. This might still be down till Shoryu percent. I know Sonic is a little bit heavier, but I'm not 100% sure how heavy that is. That's going to be a Tatsu, should live for sure, but now you are at super death percent. Back air.
Oh! That got buffed in Street Fighter 6 and found some success here. Wow. Just goes for the donkey kick. That's ridiculous.
He'd been wanting it that whole game too. He tried that like 3 separate times, and he tried it with Ken too. Like trying to catch the angle of approach of the spin, and he finally gets it, and it's when it matters the most. It gets him a point on the board. We're 1-1. We're going into game number 3, but we're going into game number 3 on Wrath's counter pick, and yeah, it's Final Destination.
Final Destination is an interesting pick for Sonic because I feel like overall it is the weakest stage for Sonic in a lot of matchups.
Oh, I so disagree with you.
And I think that if you don't have the platforms, it's hard. You have to actually commit to like spin shotting to get to center.
Okay.
Because you don't have like the ability to like land on platforms, be like air dodge and disadvantage. It's like I'm gonna land. So like it kind of makes it more extreme on both ends, and sometimes that is good for the opponent of Sonic, and sometimes it is good for Sonic. Like this is probably going to lead to more simple edge traps and more simple edge guards because there's not as many places for Jahzz0 to go. But at the same time, if Jahzz0 starts winning, then it simplifies the angles of approach that Wrath can do, which means that's going to be parry up tilt, that's going to be dash back, down smash, things like that. The fireball game is going to be very good here as well. So let's see how it goes. I mean, I might eat my words.
And I 100% agree with you that FD makes almost every matchup more volatile, like not just Sonic matchups, but pretty much everyone in the game. It polarizes things. But I think that because Sonic is a character with so many tools available to him in most situations, that when the game gets polarized and forced into scrambles more often than not, that's where he starts to thrive. And a prime example of that is here on FD, Sonic gets to juggle for 120 off of one single opening.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the biggest thing is without platforms, you just have no way of landing. The focus able to go through a single hit of the up air there. A second hit would have been the end of that stock. And a nice parry there. Gets a double jab, no conversion off that up tilt. And that's the back air to close out that stock. How do you land is the question presented by Wrath. And so far, Jahzz0 has not found one that didn't cost him 100% or a stock.
Oh, that was almost so cool. If Wrath had ended up getting the footstool and had the spin charge ready fast enough, he could have gotten the drag down hit of it into the fair and then done whatever his heart desired.
There's a spin charge away from the corner. Again, oh, see, Jahzz0 was able to find the opening, but again, it's because he is down. So Wrath is, of course, going to opt to be more defensive. And, of course, what's the best way to be defensive? To throw in a little offense and scare people. And that's exactly what that dash grab did. Ooh. That's going to be down tilt strong, down tilt red fireball. So death percent is at, is current for Sonic at snowman percent. That move is impossible to... Everyone, just sidestep it. Shut up.
You're always wrong, is what it feels like. Not you, Esam, sorry.
No, I'm always wrong, too. It's fine.
But, like, as in the proverbial you who's trying to spot dodge a homing attack, it feels like you are always wrong when you choose to spot dodge.
Because they get infinite mix-ups and they pretend it's an option. It's like, yeah, just outsmart us all the time when you didn't even know it was coming in the first place.
Just guess right when I have total control.
I think maybe Jahzz0 shouldn't have even Shoryu'd. It might have actually made Wrath SD, so at least it would have been clean 2 stock to 1.
I think homing attack, like the finish of the animation was fast enough there that he would have been able to spring.
Oh, he went underneath the Tatsu. So one time the Tatsu beat out that spin. This time it goes underneath it.
Back air connects though, so Jahzz0 does get a stock out of here.
Sonic has that effect, because I remember there's a clip of Sonic dashing underneath Pyra's side B. It's a kind of a similar thing where it's a little bit shorter than it looks like. ridiculous.
Yeah, he has a pretty nasty low profile on his dash animation.
Oh, that was half staging. He punished a fireball. How come he didn't do that at all game 2? The platforms wouldn't have affected it that much.
That's a real neutral skip. That's a ridiculous option versus.
That's minus on hit. So even though Jahzz0 just got 34%, Wrath got more of that and advantage, but again, doesn't get the ledge trap. Jahzz0, what you said is correct. Jahzz0 really has not been. He got edge guarded, I think, once. Game 1 or maybe twice, but then since then it has not been edge traps and it has not been edge guards, but it has been homing attacks over these fireballs. The ledge slip forward air. This is rough. This should be the no. Good timing yet again by Jahzz0. Maybe a little bit early of a commitment for Wrath. That's going to be side B back air. Shouldn't get the kill, but again, you are slowly just inching towards dying here when more moves are going to kill you at random.
That straight hit kill power going to be coming up huge here in just a moment. Jahzz0 not quite getting the Tatsumaki, so he's going to eat a homing attack for it. He tried for an up smash there to punish the landing, but instead, Wrath just pops him up into a nair, kills off the top. And that's kind of what I was talking about before, as the game got started of FD, where when you polarize the game so much, it actually ends up centralizing it. And you mentioned simplification too as a huge thing that FD does. Wrath had one thing that he did that entire game, and that was pop Jahzz0 up and then juggle him until he was at kill percent and then side B bear.
Yeah, and we see Jahzz0 going to go back to PS2, which is not the stage he won on, because he did win on Small Battlefield, but PS2, I think.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
You're correct.
I think just the wider stage is going to definitely benefit Sonic. He's not going to. There's no shot.
Do it!
No,
he just missed. Yeah, it's the character below. It's the character below Ryu. He just missed.
Also, we don't know. We're trying to give you credit, okay? Come on. It'd be hype. You probably still lose, but it'd be hype.
No.
He hates Joker.
I could have been like, nah, bro, you don't got it like that on Joker.
He wants Joker
I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, maybe he's cooking. Never mind, Jahzz0 going into game number 4 here with a mission to force a game 5.
The jovial nature of Jahzz0 in that interaction with 3 pesky commentators, will that give him the reprieve he needs to start being stronger in this game game number 4, or will Wrath say, it does not matter, I am inevitable?
Just turned into a poet.
That's like the Street Fighter 4, like a battle of true ideas.
Instead, we
heaven or
yeah, exactly.
Let's rock.
I love Guilty Gear stuff for that. Back throw is going to put Jahzz0 on the ledge. Again, yeah, really 0 ledge traps. He's not even trying, it looks like. He's not trying to contest it. He's just I'd rather not get hit.
But I feel like, okay, in order to ledge trap, there is an element of guessing at all times, right? You do have to eliminate certain options that you don't want to deal with and then guess between the remaining, right?
Yeah.
And Wrath is just picking the sure stuff instead, because if he misses a ledge trap, maybe Jahzz0 reversals him, maybe Jahzz0 gets control of the stage. And so instead he's like, well, I'm just going to win when I take center stage. Why don't I just do that every time?
Yeah. I mean, definitely because of the efficiency of juggling that Wrath has done, I wouldn't hate it if he just stand back, did ground ledge traps, let him ledge jump.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, and just let him ledge jump, because you're doing well when you have him in the air anyway. So if Jahzz0 willingly puts himself there, that's fine by you. This is the forward air though, and that's what you get for overextending. That's exactly what we were talking about. That's why he hasn't been going for it. So that is a 3-stock to 2-stock lead for Jahzz0. The last time this happened, it snowballed into quite the large lead. So what can Wrath do to stop that bleeding, or is it going to be a repeat of what happened game 2?
Again, the vast majority of the stocks that Jahzz0 has earned this set have been to Wrath overextending, and that's actually something that you don't get to say too often, Wrath overextending, because Wrath is, Sonic's pushes advantage as far as he can, and sometimes gets reversaled for it because he pushes it too far. Wrath is the opposite. Wrath does what's safe, what's correct, what's perfect, and then goes home happy.
Because he probably won off of it.
Yeah, they'll both win off of it, but it's a very slightly different path to the same outcome.
And again, 58% low-key. This is pretty... If Jahzz0 gets an up tilt, this is stock. Maybe even down tilt Shoryu will kill at this percent. There, down air. That's again a 3-stock to 1-stock lead. When Jahzzo takes that first stock and Wrath is forced to approach, we can see the cracks start to crumble, and not crumbling. They're going to get the edge guard, so now we have a full stock lead for Jahzzo, 4:30 on the clock, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a timeout, but you never know.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting if Jahzzo just immediately swaps into a timeout mindset here, but it could definitely be an option. I feel like you want to take the air out of Wrath, especially when you have a stock lead like this, because really one opportunity to even up the stock count, and this can be a very scary game for you.
I'm so scared of, because Wrath hasn't been edge guarding and ledge trapping this entire game that now when it's game 4 and he's on match point, he's just going to decide, hey, remember that like free pass that I keep giving you back to stage?
That could have maybe been Nair F smash actually. Yeah, 100%.
Oh!
This is what we're seeing finally. The literally
standing grab there is so good.
Okay, rising up air doesn't get punished out of shield. No parry from Jahzz0 as you're talking about. Jahzz0 respecting Wrath and realizing I really can't get the same amount of parries that I usually want to versus this Sonic. Tries to air dodge into the corner. An overshoot dash attack finally working, as you were saying.
I was gonna say he literally hasn't got a hit since, and then suddenly tacked on 61% in just a flash. Down tilt, not gonna be sweet spot Shoryu, I don't think, but 85% on Wrath, lickety split.
The next time that a Shoryu connects, Jahzz0 is going to be like behind the controller going, please, 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 please. Back throw here should be enough for the stock, even if he spin shots into the fair. Yeah, so the back throw itself doesn't kill, but it's a foregone conclusion at that point. No character, or almost no character, can get past Sonic in that situation.
Even with Focus Attack, the forwarder is a multi-hitting move, so you can't really dodge through it. It's just a, like you said, impossibility for Ryu there. But
114, that's good damage, but the question is, how do you get this final hit trying to reach spot dodge? Because technically, Ryu is an advantage in that position just because of the faster moves that Ryu has access to compared to Sonic. So Sonic is the one that has to immediately be on the defensive, and Jahzz0's really trying to find a way in, but suddenly 28%, this is starting to look more and more threatening for Wrath.
You're talking about being defensive, and I really want to praise Wrath's minute decision-making on the platform there. He knew that Jahzz0 was going to try and cheese him, for lack of a better word, and Jahzz0 finds just a clean Shoryu there to bring us to a game 5 in one of his toughest personal matchups. Like the desk over here, Esam, PJ, and I, we were doubters, and he's brought us to game 5 anyway.
Some big bets on the are we on the Hungrybox channel?
Yes, we are on the Hungrybox channel.
The big bets on the Hungrybox channel for those who voted, like the 7% probably of people that voted for Jahzz0
there's
are
like
very close to payout.
There's like 1,000 people who have each put down 250K Hungrybox a pop. And there's some guy who put down like 1K on Jahzz0. He's about to get that like
cash out.
400
Are you looking
payout.
at what the bet
I'm
was on the channel
trying to
points?
pull it up here. I don't know if is that what it is.
Oh, there's no bet on this.
Mods, because you're not bad last.
I don't run predictions.
Forced.
I would never run predictions.
That's fair. I'm sorry, chat. I let you down. Not that I had the ability to do that either, but... Prediction started for Game 5. Let's go, Mods.
Hey!
Let's go. Game 5.
Ryu
really
matters.
versus Sonic. I wonder what would have changed had Jahzz0 started, Ryu in the first place, because that game 1 was the most dominant game for either player this set.
Something that I talk to multi-mains about a lot is confidence in when you think you have a better matchup. Because a lot of the time, players opt for comfortability over confidence, and I think it hurts them a lot. Because in this matchup, if Jahzz0 had gone, screw it, I'm just going to start Ryu, it goes one of two ways. He either plays like this, gets a great position against Wrath early on, and then maybe converts this a lot easier than this grueling Game 5, or he gets beat, goes to Ken, oh well.
Yeah. It's always hard. Parries that, gets an up air, but not going to be more. But 77%, again, 50% lead when Jahzz0 starts off with the lead. He has one every time, so this first stock can be everything. But Wrath, of course, 77 is like a good amount of damage, but it's not like you're suddenly going to explode and you have to be super careful. He almost died. I was about to be super wrong.
You don't have to be that careful until you do
now
have to be that careful.
42. Oh, that back air barely missing, just not going quite low enough. Of course, Sonic does get very low to the ground. I love that attempt of back air by Jahzzo. He's not going to hit it, extending now, and Wrath incredibly ready for it. That dash attack, I love those choices. Gets the jump read, finally wins in that trading scenario. Sorry, the pinging scenario, clash, whatever you want to call it. And that's a lead for Jahzzo, which again, the times in this set where Jahzzo's got the first stock, it's been Jahzzo's victory.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Esam, you cannot SDI if you're not in Tumble, yes?
You can SDI if you're not in Tumble.
So you can, okay.
You cannot DI, you can SDI.
So I'm so confused as to how Jahzzo consistently falls out of up air 2 when in focus. Can you SDI when you're focusing?
No.
Then how is he doing that?
I think it's just coincidental because you're not moving with the.
It's because you're
not getting knockback.
Yeah, you're not getting knockback, so you're rising with the
Sonic's
up air,
rising. Okay,
and you're falling with the focus, and it doesn't.
Oh, that's spin
Speaking
gas.
of rising, up you go.
Spin charge there. Unfortunately, going to take the stock, barely hitting the very, very inner part of that focus. Down smash. More pressure. Jahzzo is on the offensive right now, but it's so scary. You feel so good when you're being offensive against Sonic, and then you're wrong one time, and then suddenly a crazy advantage can happen. That is what Wrath is doing right now, 47% though, so he's still losing by about 26. That can be big.
Jumps over the fireball there, and now just spin dashing and just spinning in the corner and just hoping to call out one of these fireballs here, or just avoid Jahzz0 at all costs right now.
Oh,
they're back here, no double
I think
jump.
that was, yeah, I think that was no double jump, but you're not.
You're not edge guarding
yeah.
Edger, but it still forces options. It forces Wrath to go down to the legend, make a quick option, and it gets called out there with the Shoryuken. Not enough to KO. Shoryuken.
Just a little too slow.
Bear?
That was crazy.
Gets a bear there, 130.
Ooh, Wrath
Happy out of
picks-
shield? No.
Oh, this is really bad.
Has a double jump.
With the homing attack, they talk about that.
For once, Wrath picked the aggressive option. He went on to stage aggressively instead of grabbing ledge, but Jahzz0 fights back
What is
out of
happening?
disadvantage. He dares Wrath, likes him, sets up the dash attack into the corner, and Jahzz0 is on set point.
The last 20 seconds were insane for both players. Such amazing counterplay, aggression, defense, both on display for both players. That was fantastic. Parry.
Another parry off homing attack.
Jahzz0's feeling it.
You gotta stop hitting those Haas, because they might come back to bite you. Wrath goes for the back air, connects with an up air out of it. Up air,
Doesn't
1,
kill.
2, pops him up high, but yeah, he's still kicking. Papa Sims is online, but so too is Wrath. 24% is all that's on him.
I got
That was
50,000
godly.
channel points on Wrath here, so I'm definitely a little biased. But man, Jahzz0's putting on a show right now. He is fighting for his life in disadvantage state, and right now, closing in on that Pokeball and realizing that this next opening could be all it takes to swing the tide of the match. The back air sends there, and now Wrath getting the party started. 50% on Jahzz0. Jahzz0 lands back down though with the back air, but Wrath still continuing to be on the prowl in this disadvantage.
What a jump there from the homing attack. Not homing attack, sorry, spin charge. Well, that was super wrong move. But we are so close, 30% separate these two. But again, we've seen both players get so much damage. Their advantages have been, honestly, Jahzz0's advantage has been better this set overall. But of course, as last mentioned, the adaptations, noticing what Jahzz0 can do, maybe can close up the stock on the next hit. I'm not sure. Dash attack there, not going to work.
Okay.
Jahzz0 really doing a great job of stutter stepping and then shielding to try and slowly make his way towards Wrath. Tries to get underneath this platform, pops the shield up once again, but Wrath just gonna disengage and go to the left side. He tries for the dash attack in the corner, but pops out the focus too early and then eats the rest of the up air.
No
Fair
reach.
break once again, and you are sent down to Minecraft. Jahzz0 just barely can't close it out. Wrath beats him a 20th time.
What a crazy set. Jahzz0, I feel like, played that so well overall, but then got just, I'm not even going to say it was wrong.